Hello everybody, and welcome once again to Holy Ground. I made a mention a couple of weeks back about some experience in paranormal, and I guess it's time to follow through on that and run a video or two on my experiences with the paranormal and why I feel that it's a very dangerous thing to be involved in. I'm very cautious about what I'm going to say because this is in no means a video that is attempting to encourage a certain behavior. In fact, I'm really would like you, my viewers, to be discouraged and not be probing around in such areas without first having a good, firm foundation underneath your feet. Before you should try taking on the study of the paranormal. And when I say paranormal, I'm talking about things like the ghost hunters, the great little occupation that's running rampant through this country right now because of a couple of popular TV series. The idea of doing paranormal investigations with all of your little electronic gear. You're seeking evidence. You're seeking to discover the unknown. And I'm here to tell you personally that what you ultimately will find is not good. You are looking into the darkness, and what you will find is very terrifying. It takes a lot of faith, a lot of intestinal fortitude to come face to face with what's out there. And this is real, people. What I'm talking about isn't Hollywood. What I'm talking about is not some kind of plaything. Okay? We're talking about the hard core of occult sciences. Things that should remain buried and things that should remain hidden because they don't do well in the light and they don't play nicely with others. I know. I've had to deal with it most of my life. I'm one that gained my knowledge of the paranormal by happenstance. Some people just find themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time. One of the events of which I can tell you stories that go on and on. But you want to hear stories. You're looking for people to perk your interest. I got involved with the occult studies long before I fully embraced Christianity. I was raised in a pseudo-Christian church, one that is very heterodox and teaches a number of very disturbing things. The Mormon Church, the Church of Latter-day Saints. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail talking about other religions. What I'm going to be talking about is events in my life that occurred after leaving that religion. The foundation of my belief system had been crushed. It had been broken. I came through research, study, and skepticism to discovering that I did not like where a lot of the rabbit trails led. I didn't like being lied to. And neither did the rest of my family. So we left. And I got involved in running around the world seeking out something to fill that gap. And what filled that gap for me was the occult studies. This I'm talking about here occurred back in the early 1980s, right as the New Age occult movement was really just starting to get traction. Much of what happened in the 1980s in today's occult circles could be considered old school, I suspect. Welcome back. I know I'm leaving a lot of open space, but I'm talking, as you can see, completely unedited. Just me and you. And I'm talking on subjects that I do not normally talk to people about. But I got deep into the occult studies. I got deep into seeking out familiar spirits. I played around with Ouija boards and tarot cards and did the little thing with scrying in mirrors and crystals. And I got fairly competent with it. At least so I thought. And I picked up a familiar spirit. This spirit is, now when I talk about familiar spirit, I'm talking about an intelligent, non-corporeal entity that was able to communicate with me through an audible voice that only I could hear. I know for many of you out there, this is going to sound like I'm just batshit insane. And who knows? I might have been. But when you seek something out, do not be surprised when you find it. I sought it out. I went through and I did a lot of study with books. I played around with ritual magic. I played around with, I'm sorry, I don't know the names of everything, but when I was dabbling with it, a lot of the names, once again, just like when I'm dealing with theologists, people that like to get deep into the college level theology, I don't know what all the isms are and all the doctrinal terms, but I know what I'm talking about. But the kinds of occult that I was studying involved lucid dreaming, where you can know that you're asleep, be in a dream state, and at the same time have a level of consciousness where you can at will move around, observe the scenery, and interact with the people and things that you find in your dream. And being it's a dream state, you can create things with your mind. You can call things into existence and interact with them at will. And to do so consciously and have a memory of it when you wake up. It's a very unsettling feeling at first. But you get to the point where you feel you're leading a double life. You have your one life that you live in this world, and the other life that you live in a world that puts you as the center of power. It's very deceptive. It should always be a warning flag when you seek out self-empowerment, because that is truly a road to damnation when you seek to empower yourself. Well, I did. I tried to foretell the future, dig up things that were hidden, cause things to react and respond around me. you get to a point where poltergeist-like activity starts happening around you. When I see people playing with Ouija boards, and I see them put their hands on the puck in the middle of the board, I tell them they're doing it wrong. If the Ouija board is what you believe it to be, now I'm telling you, I'm giving this with a grain of salt. I'm giving this a word of warning. Don't go there. But if you do, and I'm telling you not, I'm telling you, you leave this stuff alone. Because it's a trap. It is a death trap. It's a fast road to suicide. But when you play with things like a Ouija board, and you expect that puck to reveal things to you on the board, and you're putting your fingers on the board, you put your fingers on that puck, you and the person you're working with, because it takes two people to activate the board. You see, when you put your hand on the puck and the puck moves, there's that reasonable doubt that cause and effect, that you're not the one that's moving the puck. It's the guy sitting next to you, guy sitting across the board from you is the one that's doing it. And the two of you can both have that spiritual assurance that this is just a game. You want to take the game and make it a reality? Put your fingers on the corners of the board. Don't touch the puck. Play with the Ouija board that way. And when that puck starts moving on its own, with nobody touching it, then you've made contact. That's right. Well, next video coming up.